Hi there, welcome back. This is Eugene Blanchard. What we've done is we've converted an alternator. This is a car alternator to a three-phase motor. It's really simple to do. You just take off the back panel, and in my case there were 6 wires here. There's the blue pair, the red pair, and then a green pair over here. And I ran the wires out through here, took off the resistor or the diode pack in the back, and ran the wires out here. There's a lot of videos that show you step by step, but it's pretty easy. What was interesting is right underneath this panel here, let me get a screw, there's a circuit board. I'll get a screwdriver. Get a little screwdriver. And if I pry it off, let's see if I can pry it off, change hands here. And there's a little circuit board in there. Come on, there we go. I guess it must be a voltage controller, something like that. So what I did is I just took some terminal strips and wired these up. These go to the brushes, so this would give the magnetic field in here for the internal magnet. So with the three-phase motor, you can wire it up 2 methods. You can do it a delta mode, where what we do is it's like a triangle. Each triangle is one of the 3 coils. Or you can do it a Y mode. So what I've done is Y. What I've done is I've connected one side of each of the red, green, and blue coils together to form a neutral ground. And then I've wired these up directly to here. I did that because just starting off, that gives us the lowest current draws. So that way I don't want to fry my RC controller. This one is air cooled. It's called the Flycolor 150 amp one. It's water cooled actually. So what happens, you can run water through here and cool it. It's for a boat, right? So for an RC boat. Over here is a programming card. One of the things I wanted to do was to change the polarity going to the field here to see if that would reverse the direction. And surprisingly, it didn't. So it didn't matter. The voltage out of here is 5.5 volts. And I could put positive 5.5 volts here. And when I ran this, it would still go in the same direction. If I reversed it, it still went the same direction. So I was hoping that this would be a really easy reverse forward switch on it. One of the what I have is my power input comes up to my battery here. And one of the first things you'll do is turn it on, and we have a program card. These program cards are dirt cheap. And this is what you really want to program it with. You can program it using, this will beep at you, but this is the easy way to do it. So over here it says item number 1 is running mode. So it's in forward only. So what that means is that when I put my little potentiometer on here, this will be starting at 0 and go all the way up to fast as it can go. Otherwise, what would happen is in the neutral position, it would be stopped, and then this would be reverse, and that would be forward. The next mode, so I'll just go to the next item. Item 2 is motor direction adjustment. If you want it clockwise or counterclockwise, I've got it clockwise. Next one is the low voltage protection. 1 is non-protection, and the rest is if you're running nickel metal halogen or whatever the hell, batteries or Lipo. Right, so then you'd set with the low voltage. I'm running just a lead acid, so I don't really care. 12 volt lead acid. The next item is the start mode, and I have it just at level 3, which is the default. It's the punch, right? So maybe I'll change that value. I'll try a 1 just to see what happens. Timing out, they say the timing should be 15 degrees, set for number 5, and it's set for that. So I'm pretty happy with that. And so what I'll do is I've programmed it now. So now I'm just going to power it down. And now I'm going to hook up this. This is a tester. All of these items are cheap. This was like 50 bucks. This was $10. Let's see if I can hot. No, not hot at all. It's cold. And this is like $10 or something. It was dirt cheap. So I'm going to hook that up, and then I'll come back. All right, so I've hooked this up. What happens is you have 3 wires here. You have the yellow is the signal, the red is positive, and the black is negative, and it'll tell you right here, it says out signal positive minus. You also have an input here, so I guess if you want to take it in from a transmitter and send it out or something. So what I'll do is I'll hook this up with my fantastic on-off switch, and it comes on, and you have I don't know if you could hear it, but this thing was beeping at us to indicate it's operating. Super bright LEDs. I don't know why they do this. So the very first one is manual. So manual is just turning this. And now we can see that I'm controlling the motor. This is neutral mode, so it's put it in half speed mode. You can see it's not going very fast. And then this one is a test mode, and it'll go. This is if you're having a servo and you want the servo to do its arc. In my case, it's just doing that. So I'll go back to neutral mode, and now we have. And as you can see, it's not turning too fast. And the reason it's not turning too fast is I have this set up in a Y configuration, which is putting the coils in series, so it's getting half the power that it should get. So I just want to do that. One of the options I have is I have another battery, and I'll put the battery in series, so I'll give it 24 volts, and then I'll see what happens. So that's my next step. All right, so what I've done is I've connected the batteries up in series. Right? So here's the negative, and then I have a jumper going from here to this one, and this one is my positive. So it's 25 volts roughly across here, 25 volts across from here to here. Now what's interesting is I went to buy some of these battery clamps, and if I was to get a pair of battery clamps, it was about, I think it was like $16, it was like $8 each or something. But if I went to get jumper cables, it was $12. So I got some jumper cables. They worked out really good. I was able to cut it in about 3/4 here, and then basically wired this up directly using some terminal crimps, the yellow ones. They worked out very well. And then over here, this pair, what I did is I cramped them together. To make sure I don't use these, I put some tape on here, black tape on the red handles and red tape on here, just so I remember. So turned it on, and now what we see is that this is going to turn a lot faster. So it definitely needed more power. So that's pretty cool. I'll give you an example. If I flick this, I'm changing the polarity here. This is still going to go in the same direction. Yep, hasn't changed. So that's kind of an interesting thing. It doesn't matter what the polarity of the field coil is. This is smart enough to figure that out. So this is going good. One of the things I changed was the punch, and before, when this thing would start, it would kind of shudder a bit. Now it's punching and coming up to speed quite good. We got a lot of torque, so that's pretty cool. This thing isn't getting any hot at all, none whatsoever, right? And that's it for now. Thank you.